With that, all three insect monsters are finally defeated. All that remains are the two alraunes, still surprised at the sudden change of events. You saved us! But who are you? You're a human, aren't you? Why are you helping us? I couldn't let you get killed before my eyes. But just what the hell is going on here? I take another look around. This place is a war zone. There are monsters lying on the forest floor, defeated. I heard that the different monster races were living together here peacefully. That's a thing of the past. Classic Village has been divided into two different factions, along race lines, obviously. War! Those plants and those insect bastards are at war! War, eh? War never changes. I let out a long sigh. Humans at war against humans. Humans at war against monsters. Monsters at war against monsters. Powerful human, please save us. Help us end this stupid war as fast as possible. As plant monsters don't wish for this fighting to continue. Of course, no one wants the fighting to continue. They all just want to get an automatic victory. And then they'll be free to commit genocide. That's what you're after. Yes, finish off those insects. They're so cruel and evil. You people are just as cruel and evil. Save, you say? Basically, you want me to fight on your side. Yes, please lend us your strength. Since you're a human, I'm sure you're hesitant at joining a monsters' war. At the very least, please listen to our story. Our leader's name is Priestess. Please just meet with Priestess. Okay, if it's just listening to her. After being begged so desperately like that, I can't say no. I can't just abandon them after saving them, too. Well, I mean, you saved them. You don't exactly owe them anything after that. Thank you so much. I'll escort you to Priestess. Priestess is in Plant Forest. We'll be there soon. I followed two plants from Plantsec Village to their leader. After following them for a while, I noticed that I can't sense Alice's presence anywhere. You two are alraunes, right? Yes. Alraune is the general term used, but we're not all the exact same type. In addition to the basics, widely known types, there are many different variations that live here. I'm an alraune with a little dryad blood mixed in. I see. How'd that happen? Did one of the normal alraunes get on with a human, end up having end up having a male that was part alraune, and then they got with a dryad? I don't see how that blood would be mixed otherwise. Even among humans, there are people of all different types and lineages. There are other plant types that live in Plantsec Village too. Ivy types, mushroom types, all kinds. All types, eh? As they talk more about the plant monsters living in the village, I continue to follow their guide. How do you do? My name is Ala Priestess. Since the reign of Alice the 14th, I have looked after this land. Hello? I'm surprised at her small form. But if she's the leader of all the plant monsters, she must hold powerful magic in that small body. I wish to thank you for rescuing those two from certain death. In addition, we are all quite in awe at the prowess showed when you repelled 3 of them by yourself. It wasn't easy. Many of us have fallen in the fierce battles up until now. Even a single additional reinforcement can mean the difference between victory and defeat. So you want me to fight? Use my sword to assist in a monster war? That's something a hero shouldn't do. This village was peaceful until 10 years ago. As plants and the insect race lived together peacefully. But the insect race's leader, Queen Bee, began to oppress us. Her intense cruelty was limited only to those of the plant race. That cruelty only continued to escalate. Ah, look at the equal aggressors playing the victim card. At first the insects massacred us, clearly superior in fighting ability. In front of that overwhelming force, the blood of young and old alike flooded the forest. That's horrible! It's propaganda, Luca. Don't fall for it. We couldn't allow the genocide to continue. So we resisted, with our own genocide against them. Starting with their old and weak. With the power of the mercenary Cannon sisters from a foreign plant tribe, we managed to compete on equal terms. That reminds me, priestess, what happened to the Cannon sisters? They have been resting since the battle 2 days ago. Those two have fighting skills that surpass even mine. For the battles that are surely to come, we must conserve their strength. Seems like these Cannon sisters are a focal point of the plant army. Now back to the original story. With the power of the Cannon sisters, we are on equal terms with them. But there isn't a single one of us who wishes to fight. If the insect race would cease all violence, we would put down our arms in a second. That's a load of bullshit. As soon as they stop resisting, you would massacre them. I see. So please, join us to help end this as fast as possible. But is fighting the only way to end it? Can you try talking with their leader one more time? This is the result we have arrived after our talks did not work. War is the final response to this hopeless situation. Well, if you two hadn't divided yourselves up into separate camps and then probably keep in your own echo chambers, things wouldn't have got so radicalized on both sides. But fighting a war between monsters is... We don't want this war to continue. You just want victory. We just want to live in peace. The peace obtained through genocide. But to reach that, we have to fight, don't we? If we do not, we can do nothing but be exterminated by the insect race. It's just as she said. Even I don't want to fight monsters. But times are always coming where I have no choice. I've been fighting to defend myself. What right do I have to think that they can't? You're fighting with a sword that can't kill. They are killing. So you do have the high ground here. Please, human hero. We were actually just discussing a counteroffensive. Won't you join us in our offensive and get rid of the source of the evil Queen Bee? Please help us. Let's fight together! Fine. I'll help. Sucker! After a pause, I nod my head, agreeing to help. Honestly, it feels wrong to involve myself in this. But as a hero, I should do whatever's in my power to end this war before more suffering can happen. If being Queen Bee can end this, then I should help. Thank you, human hero. On behalf of all my brethren, I thank you. Alright, you're our ally now! Thank you for joining us. Now let's talk about our ongoing operations. Our base of operations is this plant forest. The insect base is the sect forest. Queen Bee's hive is located there. I see. Currently, our troops are advancing towards Sect Forest. On the way, they encountered the insect race's troops in the middle of the village, where a battle is taking place. That's where the two of us were wounded. You saved us as we were withdrawing from the battle. If we weren't already injured from the battle, we could have beaten those girls. So as we speak, the two sides are fighting in the middle of the village? So you want me to go there and fight? The priestess shook her head. No. We wish to ask you to perform a different role. In fact, our direct assault is simply a decoy. We wish to attract their forces in what they think is a final confrontation. But as we send a detached force directly to assault Queen Bee, a detached force to assassinate Queen Bee, we chose some of the highest skilled plant monsters to sneak in. Those girls are all making different routes to infiltrate Sect Forest. With a huge battle being waged in the village center, the security around her should be lax. Only one assassin needs to make it to her. That's the plan. I see. Assaulting the enemy boss to win. I understand their strategy. This is a very risky strategy. Everything hinges on distracting the army and depending on the actions of a couple assassins. If it doesn't work now, it'll never work again. I'd like you to be part of the attached force. Infiltrate Sect Force and take out Queen Bee. I see. I got. I'm glad I don't have to remember any complicated battle plans or deployment charts. Just get into Sect Forest and confront Queen Bee. As you can see that large tree over there, can't you? That's the heart of Sect Forest, where Queen Bee's hive is located. With that as a guide, I guess I won't get lost. You know, I'm in the middle of a forest, a huge tree stands out. So even if I get sidetracked, I'll always be able to know where my goal is. They are members of the detached force already spread out through the forest and on their way. So please, infiltrate Sect Forest as they do and take out Queen Bee. As soon as we recover, we'll head out too. Us plants can recover quickly if we drink water. We'll be good to go in 1 hour. I understand. I'll head out now then. If I defeat Queen Bee, this stupid war should end. It will not. Once that happens, things will be cleared up here. I'll be praying for your success. Please bring us victory. Yes, leave it to me. With that final parting word, I turn towards Sect Forest. You idiot. You got seduced into that quite easily. As soon as I am away from the alraunes' eyes, Alice appears. I wasn't seduced into it. I decided to help them of my own free will. Idiot. Hey, Alice? Can't you end this war? Asked the Monster Lord. Plansect Village was entrusted to the divided rule of Priestess and Queen Bee by an earlier Monster Lord. So yeah, so they were both in charge of Plansect for several years, and then 10 years ago, war broke out. A dispute in the area between two rulers is not the place for the Monster Lord to meddle in. But couldn't you demand them to negotiate peace? The Monster Lord should never be a tyrant. That's exactly your role, though! Rule with force! That is exactly the Monster Lord's role. To be so strong that none of the other monsters start any real trouble. That is your exact purpose. And besides, Luca didn't ask you to be a tyrant. Luca asked you to go in there and force a negotiation. They're coming to force a settlement! If that's involved, if they can't get along together and new borders need to be drawn, then so be it. It works out fine in Paradox. There's apparently a mountain nearby that settles the insects just fine. So yes, just have them talk. At least say something. Rather than your usual strategy, it seems, of doing absolutely fuck all about shit. I could demand they negotiate and reach an agreement. But such an agreement would be meaningless. Under my influence, they would be pressured into an agreement neither wants. Well, according to what the plants are telling us, they say they just want an end to the violence. If the insects just say they just want end to the violence, then they can agree to stop starting shit. But since we know that both of them just want genocide against each other, and you don't want your cute little subordinates to get hurt, then redraw the borders and separate them. As soon as I leave, things will quickly deteriorate back to where they were before. But you will have bought time. And time is a precious commodity. Especially for the ones who want nothing to do with the fighting. And unless both sides truly wish to stop, a forced agreement will have no meaning. It's going to work out perfectly fine once Luca forces both sides to stop fighting. You could have done exactly what Luca's going to do, just a lot sooner and probably with a bit more bloodshed. So that's why you won't do anything? Even if it means letting your cute subordinates kill each other in vain? I'll leave them alone if they truly wish for conflict. Sometimes in this world, things have to go to ruin before peace can come. Yeah, I don't see that ever really working out. Hasn't worked out for the Middle East. If you say that. Understand her viewpoints and the reasons for not acting. I can't just leave the conflict alone. That's enough with the questions. You sense it too, don't you? An enemy is approaching. Yes! It's silently moving through the forest. It must be an insect-type monster. Ah, the Centipede girl. She's actually quite an interesting monster as far as her abilities go in Paradox. She's treated more as a Lamia than an insect based on her abilities. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say about her. Her design is interesting enough. I find the fact that her arms are also centipedes to be a little bit creepy. But I'm not terribly picky, I'd still smash. She looks fine enough. It can't be. A human soldier? A human hero? I can't believe it. The report was right. A human really did join the plant side. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take down Queen Bee. I have to end this pointless war as fast as possible. Ah, I see. You're quite good at flapping that mouth of yours. I wonder if it can continue to spout that drivel when it's moaning in ecstasy. Pull out my sword and take a fighting stance. Priestess said that the insect race is strong. With this girl right before my eyes, I see that she's right. Alright. We shall summon Gnome. And attack. Nice crit. It's time to finish you off. My 100 feet will pound the pleasure into you. Alright, bound. I expected that. That's why we went with Gnome. It's time to tease you. Alright, struggle. Don't you just look pathetic like that. Two-turn breakout with Gnome. Nice. What's that power? Alright. We're still fine. Haven't quite crossed the half threshold, so we'll Death Sword Chaos Star. This is your first time feeling this kind of pleasure, isn't it? How does it feel to be trampled by a centipede? It feels the best, doesn't it? Alright. If we get one more attack in, then we can Death Sword Chaos Star for the finish. Now finish. Spray your stuff all over my legs. Yeah, I'll finish, alright. I'll finish it with a Death Sword Chaos Star! Perfect. Strong. Centipede girl turns into a normal centipede. Luke is now level 31. Centipede girl. An insect monster that's closely related to a centipede. Boasting a durable carapace, her combat ability is high. Feeding on human body fluids, her preferred feed is human stuff. After restraining her cat, she will wrap her legs around him and use her many feet to stimulate him. Using those many feet to force him to finish, she will squeeze him dry. In most cases, she will continue until her prey dies. In some cases, she will mate with her catch through a gap in her carapace. Tiny projections that are capable of moving like feet provide unbearable stimulation to the man. Restrained, the man is forced to finish dozens of times. Here too, the man is usually forced to mate until his death of exhaustion. She is an extremely dangerous monster, as most encounters lead to death. Luca gave in to the Centipede girl's countless legs. After being bad touched by the Centipede girl, Luca was forced to become her mating partner. Allowing a Centipede girl to suck up your body fluids? Sheesh. Are your body juices really that delicious? The Centipede girl has such a high attack power, it's almost mandatory to summon Gnome. In addition, her strength needs to be broken quickly. If you summon Gnome and fight normally, it shouldn't be too hard. She has a lot of defense though, so it will be a long fight. Now go, oh brave Luca. Crush that disgusting Centipede girl under your foot.